Hello and welcome to this week's Play or Pass, where this week we're going to be talking about Pokemon. That's right, one of the best-selling video game franchises ever made for a mobile platform. That is correct. Every mainline Pokemon game has been up to this point a handheld game. That will be changing when the Switch version comes out, but technically Switch is still mobile. Um, so that may not be valid. But for now, it's all mobile. But a lot of spin-off games have been on a console, and today's Player Pass, we were talking about two console spin-off Pokemon games that came out on the Nintendo Gamecube during Generation 3. That is Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Both games very different than what the mainline games are. In this case, you cannot go around catching any Pokemon, only certain shadow Pokemon, as they are called in the two Pokemon games. So let us begin. So Pokemon Colosseum came out first. It was very interesting, very good game. Story was really different. It wasn't as explorative as the mainline Pokemon games. I think you'd only go to about, I want to say like 8 places on the map. It wasn't really that good. I do apologize. I have a lot of indigestion going on in this video, so pardon to that. So there is that. It was hard for this one. It was a cool concept, but it really didn't have a lot of good Pokemon as the shadow Pokemon to capture. In this world, catching Pokemon's kind of come rare. There's not a lot of wild Pokemon. I guess that's the idea. So the main character steals this mechanical arm that allows him to capture Pokemon, where he meets this girl who can see shadow Pokemon as, I guess, these do-gooder evildoers are closing the door to Pokemon's heart, which allows them to attack people. And your job is to help purify them and defeat this organization. It's interesting. It's not. The main character is pretty cool. I like the main character in this one over Pokemon XD, but everyone else is kind of forgettable. I think in this one, there really isn't much to say about this game. The Pokemon battles are good. It was a good stepping point. At first, it was the only really 3D Pokemon on a console in this generation. N64 had Pokemon Stadium games, which was amazing. But Pokemon Colosseum was definitely a stepping stone, I think. Yeah. Well, let's move on to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness was tremendously good. For everything, it did expand. It's definitely a sequel to Pokemon Colosseum, so if you haven't really... It's weird. Pokemon XD, you don't need to play Pokemon Colosseum for, but there are references to Pokemon Colosseum that you would get if you did play Pokemon Colosseum. Now, in this one, it's expanded a little bit more. You play as a young child who comes into contact with this evil organization trying to revitalize the dark plans of the past in Pokemon Colosseum, trying to close doors Pokemon's hearts. It's simply so much fun. There's more places to go. I think there's like 15, 16 places you can go in this one. Explore old places that were in Colosseum and new places as well. You can actually capture wild Pokemon in this game, but it's really where it's kind of weird. I don't know how I like it. You leave food out to lure wild Pokemon to come get. The variety of shadow Pokemon is so much better, I think. It definitely plays off a little bit more of Generation 1 and 2 than just what Pokemon Colosseum did. The story I think, is 10 times better than what Pokemon Colosseum does. Now, what's really cool about this one is in Pokemon Colosseum you have 2 EVs, Espeon and Umbreon, but in Pokemon Gale of Darkness you get to choose what EV you want. I think that was pretty cool. I've always considered Eevee to be a very strong Pokemon, and really should be one of the faces of the series. And so I was super happy when Eevees became the center of the Pokemon spin-off games. So that was pretty cool. It keeps you guessing, I think, on who the main villain is. So that's pretty cool. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's same thing as Pokemon Colosseum, but expand a little bit more with other Pokemon. A lot more battles, I think. So I think that pretty much sums up what I think. I would definitely pass on Pokemon Colosseum, and I would definitely play Pokemon Gale of Darkness simply for the reasons I mentioned. It is simply a much better game than Pokemon Colosseum. Overall, top-notch, better game. Pokemon battles are so much better. The variety of Pokemon locations, story, it is simply just overall a much, much better game. The characters are more relatable in this one. The characters are really memorable. Yes, they're from Pokemon Colosseum, but I feel like they are expanded more in this one, including the villains. I think the villain in this one is pretty cool. It really does give a really good idea of, you know, what villainry should be in video games, and they do have a story, and that should also be told as well. The doctor's really cool in this one with the robotic Pokemon that you meet. It's simply a great game. So I would definitely play on Pokemon Gale of Darkness XD and pass on Pokemon Colosseum. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Pokemon Colosseum more than Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? Or is it reversed? Do you agree with me? Leave your comments below or tweet me at Temple Games. My Twitter is down below it, also on the screen right now. So, yes, let me know your thoughts. Or you have an idea for a player pass? Let me know. I would love to give those shots and see what you guys think.